I thought I knew how to love before I read these books. And this book by Bell Hooks is amazing. She talks about love in community, love in relationships, love in friendship. And the biggest takeaway is that love is an action, it's not just a feeling. She discusses unconditional love and conditional love too, and how our first interaction with unconditional love comes from God. And when we love how God loves, sorry if you're not spiritual, and if we love how God loves, it removes all the greed and possessiveness and ego that plays into the relationships that we see in society today. And I think that's really beautiful, bringing us back to basics, bringing us back to the idea that we are enough just as we are. And those who are supposed to be in our lives and love us and care for us will see that and accept that. And that's not to excuse bad behavior. That's not to say that we shouldn't work on ourselves and continue to be the best version of ourselves. But love that's conditional, you find yourself bending and twisting and making yourself smaller to fit in places you don't belong. Bell Hooks really deconstructs the idea that love is this fantasy, this illusion, that everything's going to be amazing and smooth. But really, it's about respect, care, commitment, showing up even when it's ugly. And in that same breath, she also says that we're supposed to be vulnerable. If we want to be loved and to love, we have to be vulnerable with each other. Those barriers have to come down because you need to see the person that you're loving, and the person that loves you needs to see who they're loving. They need to see who's standing in front of them and take them as they are. So it takes a lot of emotional maturity and intelligence to bear through some of the growing pains that it is to love somebody. After you even realize what that means for you, what is it to love someone? Friend, partner, family member, pet even, because I know my dog is testing me sometimes. Again, that's a representation of love and commitment, and that's just a basic example. That brings me to book number 2. If you don't know your attachment style already, go and get this book. Attachment styles not only leak out into other areas of your life, but they are responsible for so many of our thinking patterns. Do you find yourself being anxious at work? Do you find yourself being anxious at home? Do you find yourself being anxious in relationships? Then you probably have an anxious attachment style. I don't think it's spoken about enough, but attachment style isn't just for relationships. You can be anxiously attached to your goals, and you can also be avoidant too. Because are you running away? Do you sense that you have tasks to do or responsibilities, but you run away? It runs a bit avoidant. And funny enough, Bell Hooks actually speaks on this. She says, when we face pain in relationships, our first response is to sever the bonds rather than maintain commitment. I'm no expert here, but I'm saying if you want to get a basic understanding of where you fall on that spectrum, definitely read Attached. This one is by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. See, I didn't actually know that. I feel so bad. So I think these books coincide very nicely because so not only does Attached address these attachment styles, they also give you deactivating strategies because they talk about things that trigger you, and that goes for anxiously attached people and avoidant people too, because we all have different triggers. So if you think something needs to budge, something needs to change in terms of how you love people, platonically or not, pick up these 2 books, give them a try. I'm telling you, you will leave with some sort of mind shift. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video or you feel like hanging around, I have another one called How to Change Your Life, and that was in 3 months. It is very much this vibe. So I'll be ending this video with a link to that one. And yeah, so I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.